We are back. We are live. Battle Creek, Michigan, Predator Pro Series. Pretty good matchup here on the winner side, I believe. Jeremy Seaman. He's actually from I think Jeremy's from Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, he's from
Uh,
Michigan. I just looked up his Fargo, about 760, from Michigan, local player, professional level player. Victor, obviously from Poland, 20-year-old. Fargo up closer to the 800 mark. Really, really strong, talented young player. And yeah, third round winner side action here, Mike.
yeah, Victor's. Shit, I had my volume on my phone. Sorry. uh, yeah, Victor's playing real good. Jeremy came off a pretty great win himself early on in this event against Edgy Geronimo, if I'm not mistaken. So both players are coming in with a lot of confidence. Obviously, with a race to four, anything can go and happen. So while I think Victor is an odds-on favorite when it comes to tournament play, Jeremy's got a lot of seasoning. So
Have they
this moment's not.
started? Is this the first rack?
Yeah. This is. I'm pretty sure. Um,
Yeah, he
yeah, I'm pretty
certainly
sure.
certainly looks serious.
Yeah. You can never tell with Victor because his approach is kind of kind of unorthodox at times. He's calling it, so yeah, they're playing for sure. Oh, left it up, but did he get the cover?
No.
Oh, I think he sold out. Yeah. See, I don't like playing it with that much pace. You know.
I think he tried to get behind the 9 there. Yeah, I think that was the only reason for the pace. He actually was trying to draw that cue ball over behind the 9. Went a little bit long. And this is a little awkward here for Jeremy. The 8-10 certainly is an option. Might have a half of a pocket for the 8.
I think over on the feature table, they're about to have a shootout with Kachi and Fedor. Oh, good shot by Jeremy. Is it going to go? It did. And he got there. He's perfect. About to take a 1-0 lead. Good shot by Jeremy Seaman. I think Jeremy's sponsored by Sieberts, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like what that says on that shirt there, and that's Ultimate Team Gear shirt that he's wearing there. So
Jeremy's a good guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him out at the Texas Open. Obviously knew how well he played, though. Been seeing him around for a few years. The working man.
there you guys see, from time to time, we get a little bit of lag in between racks there when I go to change the scoreboard. I apologize for that, but it seems to be the only time that that's happening. So hopefully that'll continue and the picture will be clear as the players are playing. But thanks for being with us. You're watching bonus coverage from outer table matches here at the CSI Predator Pro Series third stop this year in Michigan. This is, once again, third round action between Jeremy Seaman from Michigan versus Victor Zielinski from Poland. And you're watching a collaborative effort between myself, Jeremy Mason of the Sweat Podcast, with the Booth Brothers. And I'm joined in the booth right now by the one and only Molina Mike.
Yo. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty solid matchup. Dominic Dunn, I have not slept, man. Franco, Franco, we can sweat it. I'll let you take Jeremy from here, buddy. Shoot me a PM. Yeah, it's last night just kind of. First, I stayed up late playing one pocket a couple of days ago. That threw me all off because I don't stay up late like that no more. And then last night, the Shane and Chang match got me all off my rhythm because I couldn't sleep. I fall asleep for like an hour, wake back up, check the score, fall asleep for another hour, wake back up, check the score. And then finally I said, forget it. Chang's got a 9-game lead with 5 to go. It's over with. I'll wake up in the morning and start sending messages to collect some money. And woke up at about 5:45 Central Time, only to find out Shane was running out to tie it up. So, yeah, it's definitely got me off my rhythm. But we're dedicated, and we're here with you. So shout out to Martin from Team Poland, Durham City Classic. He was able to set us up with the stream out there. Mark White's doing the commentary right now for what's about to be a shootout on the Billiard TV. And joined by Jeremy Mason of the Sweat Podcast, which Jeremy's been helping us out since Vegas. Really solid guy, a lot of knowledge, and basically any help we can get is appreciated because we just kind of try to put together what we can, and hopefully people appreciate it. So Jeremy does a fantastic job. Meanwhile, another Jeremy, Seaman, at the table. What do you think about that shot, man? I think it was kind of taking a flyerish.
Is he playing the 6 ball there?
Yeah, he was playing the carom.
Yeah. I mean, you're really gambling. If you make that ball, I don't know that you come up with obviously right now, Victor can see the 1, like we see retrospectively that happens, but you're really not in control on that shot,
At all. And then, I mean, the 3 ball's down table, so it's like even if you go and drop it, what are you getting rewarded with?
What, you got to roll this in or go into the 9 maybe?
Yeah.
No, I just play safe. I like that.
You got a big wall there, right, Jeremy, to get behind?
Yeah, I think so. I think the other thing you'll see there, Victor is a very offensive player, but sometimes early in a match, you don't want that to be the first one that you have to pocket, like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there may be times where Victor's feeling good and he takes that shot on, but I love playing how you're feeling at the time kind of affects into the percentages for sure.
Yeah, I think for guys at this level, this is just more of just containing because it's not really a lockup safety like we're used to seeing. Ooh, 10 ball's got movement. Victor's going to have a shot. So.
And I think the 3 does pass between the 8 and the 10 to the corner pocket, which is important. He's taking a look at it now. If not, it will go off of the 10 into the pocket as well, and that's the angle he's got on this 1 to go down to the left side, kind of towards the 9. He'll go to the rail below the side pocket and then back out to the middle a little bit.
Yeah, I think that 10 ball might be a little high for a combo. But
not the combo. I play the 3 off of the 10 is what I'm talking about. If it doesn't go straight.
Yeah. You're right.
But he just punched it to try to get back to the other side, but it was a little flat for that. He put a huge stroke on that ball. But there you see the pocketing ability of Victor Zielinski. Like, he does not mind putting that kind of a stroke on a ball.
No, not at all. You ain't going to see the ball roll off the way he hits it.
Yeah, and he's he'll miss a ball from time to time. Like, he'll hook himself from time to time, but just the way that he does pocket these balls, it always looks like it's just so easy. Like, always goes right in the center of the pocket, and he's in a little bit of a tricky spot here, though.
Meanwhile, over on the TV table, if you guys aren't sweating that one as well, Fedor and Kachi, 2-2 shootout. Nice shot by Victor.
What a shot, man.
Yeah. I know I'm holding for the bank here. I don't know what you're doing, Jeremy, but I want to just make sure I get the ball down.
He's got enough angle to get back out to the center here, and he needs angle on the 7 to get back down to the left side of the 8 anyways. So he'll just kind of stun this forward, I think.
Just follow it through. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
A little bit of top, but it came down real low.
Yeah, and he doesn't mind being 6 feet away. I think the angle's just a hair steep. You might see him take a little bit of a longer shot on the 8 now. There's a chance he just goes straight across from here and doesn't really try to pull it back. The problem's not pulling it back. The problem is being this far away, the 9 ball gets a little big if you're not really under control.
Overcut
and
it.
he missed the ball.
This
Wow.
this is going to be the second rack in a row that he's going to give Mr. Jeremy Seaman. Oh,
that 10 ball is going to spot right in the way.
It's going to get in the game, son. Oh, but he'll have a jump shot.
Well, does he have option here? Jeremy has option here, I think.
He does, but I don't see him passing this up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Even if Jeremy just jumped the ball real well a minute ago, but even then, the kick isn't even terrible either.
Nah, it's such a big ball to make on the kick,
Yeah.
I think I prefer the kick, actually.
Well, you would think you're going to start, running into that direction of the 8 after you go and make it.
Yeah, that's the only hang up. He knows on the jump shot on the make, he's going to have a look at the 8. The kick shot, you're kind of going at the 8, but you have to make sure you get enough pace to kind of bump it.
Yeah. That's one thing to go and consider for sure.
Well, and there's a big difference between going 1 rail and making the 7 and going 2 rails and making the 7 too. If you catch the 1 rail, then you're going to be short side. You got to make sure you don't follow it in or get hooked on the jaw. Rail. I like the 2 rail as well.
Yeah.
But he is going to go to that BK air rush once again. Well, maybe not.
Just pump faking.
He just put the butt of it back on.
Oh, and Fedor just missed the shot. They were both 3 for 3. Kachi went up 4-3, and Fedor misses it. Kachi wins. Wow. After what an incredible out to go and take the second set by Fedor. Brutal.
Wow.
That's why I like this format, though. What did I miss here, Jeremy? I was looking at YouTube.
So he made the jump shot, but it was a little bit more of a full hit on the 7 than what we were talking about. So he kind of just pulled back a little bit off the rail and does not have a great look at the 8.
See, this is kind of like why I would have almost preferred that kick, like we were saying,
Yeah, I agree. I tend to kick a lot more than I jump anyways, but these guys all jump so well. They feel like they're under control.
Nice shot. I like that. Great touch.
Now, Victor does have an edge of this ball. He's called the bank shot, so he actually can see more than an edge here.
Yeah, Tyler Hine, you can check out World Billiard TV on YouTube. That's the main feature table. They got a lot of great matches throughout the event, so please make sure and go check them out. I know I haven't done it yet, but we'll make sure and at least not today, but we'll make sure and post the links online on all the social media. So whatever social media you're following right now that you're able to watch this, we'll make sure and post it on there as well. So they're doing a great job along with Predator Q's to go and put on these events for us. So please make sure and go check them out as well. Meanwhile, over here, from one Jeremy to another, we got a little bit of a tester here, huh?
I favor him to get out from here. I think he's just going to pull back to the other side long rail and then back out into space. Not a difficult shot for a high caliber player like either of these guys.
You hit that smooth.
Yeah, Shorty Seaman is a Michigan local, although he is a pro caliber player. Does reside right here in Michigan. Jack wants to know what the Sweat Podcast is. So the Sweat Podcast is my show. I actually have a live stream as well, just called The Sweat. But the podcast, about half of it is geared towards local news, local upcoming schedule in the Mid-Atlantic region where I'm from. But the other half of the show, we just, talk about everything going on in the world of pool, recaps from all the big events, all the big challenge matches. And then a what to watch section, we talk about, everything coming up to watch on the professional scene, professional challenge matches, and where you could find those streams. And then I have guests come on and we talk about different pool topics, pool debates, things like that, things that are important and discussions to have in the world of professional pocket billiards. And you can find that at the Sweat Facebook page. If anybody would like to check that out, I'd appreciate that. And I stream a lot of local tournaments. Haven't really done a lot on the professional scene so far, but there's a lot of good, strong local action you could find on the page as well. And I got to get that score changed. I was distracted there for a second answering that question, but 2-0, Jeremy Seaman leads here early in this first set.
It's kind of flat, but you got a ball down.
We really do get a different layout with this rack. Oh, basically every time, it seems like. The only thing that we've really seen that you could almost call any kind of a pattern is Kang Lee in the last match had the 10 ball going towards a lower corner pocket about every time, but a lot of random here in these racks. And I think it makes for good viewership, Mike.
I can echo that and co-sign that with you, Jeremy, all day long, because I could not agree more. I love seeing pool. I want to see the movement. I want to see the safety play. I want to see how they are setting up for jumps and kicks and just all that fun stuff. So the more randomness and the more they have to work, the better. When they can go and use a template and just control everything, because the top players can go and control, most of the balls, if not all of them, on the break. So it can be a little tough to watch, but this way I love it.
For me, you really get to get inside the heads of these players, see some of the creativity, the problem-solving skills as they have to deal with problems in the rack and move around to try to be the first guy to get to the look at whatever ball they're on. Yeah, fun to watch for me, especially at a high level.
Yeah, for sure. Good kick.
Yeah, and a great point by Troy in the comments. Some of that random is not just the rack. A point I made at the last tournament was I think this table just plays different. These tables are not what they're used to. The rails are not what they're used to, and that has to affect the break shot as well. Because, Mike, you figure even if they get those 4 railers starting out on the same line as normal, they're not going to be going the same direction by the time they get 3 rails on their path with how short and springy these rails play.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, where's he at? Did he come up that short or?
Yeah, I think he came up out of it a little bit. But he did want to have a little back cut on this so he could go up 2 rails, back down into the line for the 3. So he's just a little bit short of his position here. Now he's going to have a little bit of a hard time holding it, but I think he's okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's a nice shot.
Be okay.
Okay. Yeah, some of these angles can be a little deceiving for me. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Well, there was a lot of skill on that shot too, Mike. He hit it all the way to the fat side of the pocket, really did everything he could with the spin and the angle to shorten up that angle some and hold the cue ball. But even so, like we said, he was a little bit short of position. Now you see he has to draw his cue ball to the rail. If he had a better angle there, he would have been able to come more into the line for the 3, and it would have been a little bit easier. He's still fine. He's going to draw to the rail here, probably play the 4 in the same pocket. If he does go a little bit long on this, the 7's hanging for the 4-7 combination. It'll be easy to get right back in line.
Yeah, he's got options for sure. Let me just take a look at the at the bracket, give you guys some updates if they're updated, which it doesn't look like they have been.
I chose to go a different route. He was able to play the 3 and go past the 4 moving forward. Actually pockets the 7. The 7 kind of plays like a little bit of a rail and shoots the cue ball up table. And here he is right back in line. Just a little tricky here. The 8's in a funny spot. You can't really stun above it because he'll be going right at the 5. So he might have to try to like roll below this or into the 8 maybe. That's what he's looking at now, trying to go full into the face of the 8. But even that's a little bit touchy. If you overhit it, the 8 gets back in the way again. So this is a little bit of a touchy spot here, guys.
Where's he at? He's on the 4?
Yeah, so he might actually overhit this. He might actually hit this harder and get the 8 to clear coming off the rail again. Because if you just try to baby
7
this,
on the left, or is that the 6?
Yeah.
Or is it the 5?
Oh, I thought it was the 5. Maybe I'm wrong.
It looks like the 5 to me, but I'm just saying
It's got to be the 5 because he was looking at using the 8 as a stopper. So, and now he chooses to just draw above it after looking at it for a long time. Yeah, and just to continue on that line of thought we were taking with the 4 railers on the break going a different route and not ended up towards the pockets. Troy, New Jersey pool player in the comments says that the next step in that process is that creates more caroms and kisses around the table as they travel in a different line and don't clear. So just really, really lends itself to a very random layout after the break.
Meanwhile, Jeremy's about to pull an upset here if he can go and. Well, I mean, he ain't going to be done with it going up 3-0, but he'll definitely have a strong start here. I mean, I know Victor pretty much gave him the first 2 games, but Jeremy's doing what he's supposed to do and take advantage of mistakes. And in the case of this rack, he's working hard to go and get number 3 on the board.
Yeah, and Jeremy's certainly capable of continuing this play and putting the pressure and the heat on Victor. You know, if these guys played a race to 15, you'd probably make Victor a 5 or a 6 game favorite. But in a match like this, 50 Fargo points does not have to mean a whole lot. Oh my goodness. Oh, you just can't do that. Wow.
Oh my God. Jeez. Yeah, it just seemed like his stroke was just very. Oh boy, that's a big, and he got pretty perfect on that ball too to go and miss like that.
Victor missed it right back. No way.
Overcut it.
Well, and what we saw from Jeremy there, Mike, is what you see a lot of times when a guy has to think about every shot through the course of a run out, executes everything perfectly, and then finally gets to and he's out. He solved the rack. It's so easy to just have a little bit of a mental letdown, and that's what we saw from Jeremy. But you really don't expect to see Victor miss that ball ever.
Took it for granted. Well, we've all been victim of it, right? All of us have.
Scott says, I'm sure Jeremy would love 6 games on the wire. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the line would be. Maybe it's closer to 4 or 5 if they played a race to 15. What would you think, Mike? Just based on Fargo 760 versus 800. I don't know exactly where it falls, but
yeah, I don't know. I think what Victor makes up in talent and natural talent, skill, Jeremy makes up for in seasoning, which if you're gambling, I want to bet my money more on the guy who's more seasoned like Jeremy is. So it would just depend on the game. 6 to 15 though seems a bit a bit out of line. Oh
Yeah,
man,
maybe it'd be more like 4, 3.5, something like that. I'm not quite sure.
yeah. It'd be different though if, I mean, the game matters obviously because with this kind of rack it's different, but um, uh, with Jeremy's 10 ball break is can be a little. I mean, we've seen it. It's not. He doesn't have a real big 10 ball break, so that'll go and factor in as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. The other thing is this patterns that we're seeing or lack thereof um, has to pull this match a little bit closer as well because you think Victor's going to run a little bit better for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Meanwhile, after a little bit of delay or stutter there in the stream, Victor takes down game number one. Both the players, I know Victor gave up two the first time. Looks like Jeremy just repaid him there because he should have been out and should have had him in the 3-0 hole. Um, but this is part of what you get when it comes to the way these tables are playing, the rack, the break, and we've touched on it already. But uh, you have to go and work for it, and mistakes are going to go and happen. Obviously, we've seen balls go and jaw up and rattle. Um, I like it. I expect. I mean, Jeremy looked up until the 8 ball. Jeremy looked pretty settled, but he has to recompose himself. And Victor, I mean, he's with 9 lives there because after missing that ball again, Jeremy should have gotten out.
And just because I'm a super nerd, I had to go check it on Fargo. Fargo claims that a 3-game spot going to 15 would be pretty much dead even. So
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 seemed way out of line.
yeah, I just sometimes I just don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know if Tommy would have heard that, he would have said, "How high can we bet?" So last time I seen the last time I seen Jeremy, like I said, he was at the Texas Open. He was playing Jeff DeLuna, and I think he was getting the last 5 playing 10 ball, race to 21, and they were playing for I think like 10,000. Big spot from Jeff. This is Winterside action, Maggie. Oh, he hit it good, but not good enough. I wonder if he's got the rail first. It doesn't look like he does. No, he does not. Hmm. Yeah. Touchy little shot there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy with that. And he's not going to be happy with what he comes back to after Jeremy locks him on the back of this 5 ball here. Just got to be careful not to pocket something here. Yeah, he didn't execute very well there. But what made that a little bit tougher, Mike, is he couldn't kind of shoot the one straight down at the rail, like going towards the 8, because he couldn't risk pocketing the 8. So it's it's tough to foresee what happened there, but you got to do a better job with the cue ball on that shot.
I think he's going. Can he see the whole ball, or is he going real first?
Oh, no, he's got it.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we talked about with that Yednick and Kang Lee match, right? When Mike was down, it was an opening shot, and he kind of had multiple ways to go and play it, and he really didn't execute either one of them. I think you just got to commit to make sure and burying that cue ball. That's the main goal. Where you're gonna go and he's not even gonna be able to jump. In this case, he sold out the whole ball though.
Yeah. You left everybody hanging in the comments there, Mike. You got 3 or 4 guys asking you who won that between DeLuna with the 5.
Oh, Jeff did, but it was close. It was close. I think I left like at 3 or 4 in the morning that day from Skinny Bob's, and I think Jeremy was up. I like Jeremy, like personally, I like Jeremy in that game a lot. But Jeff is Jeff's a great player. He can kind of get a little frisky, maybe offer more than what he should. But when you're an elite player like that Dennis type player, you kind of have to give up the nuts in order to get a game and to go and gamble. So while I think it was a bad game, he outran it. So
You know, there's a little bit of an interesting dynamic that happens in gambling, Mike, is that if you make a game that's a little bit bad, the player that is getting the spot can feel a little bit like slighted and almost get in that mentality where they feel like they're trying to prove something, and it can get you out of your game. I've seen that on several occasions in a lot of big matches where guys outrun the nuts because if the guy that was getting the spot would just play his normal speed, they probably would have won easily. But there's just mind tricks there.
Well, I remember early on, well, because like I said, I was there for like the meat and potatoes of it, right? Maybe the first like 2/3 of the match. And I remember early on, Jeff missed a lot of balls but ended up coming away just getting the most incredible rolls ever. So, um, yeah, I remember that now after just talking about it. But if they played again, I would go and bet on Jeremy if they played that same way. And I think they were playing with a triangle rack too. So, but it was, I remember it was like maybe like a 8 or 9 game stretch where Jeff was missing like 4 or 5 balls and just would get a kick and then hooked. I mean, it was so brutal the rolls that Jeremy was getting, but I mean, he still made it competitive as well. He should.
All right, so 2-2 here. Victor set the break here. Looked like he was going to be down 3-0 just a few moments ago, and Jeremy missed that almost straight in 8 ball. And here we are back to level and Victor breaking. All right, dry break here from Victor. Jeremy looking over his options. The first thing I see, I was going to say going behind the 4, but he's actually looking at going behind the 5. And Corby Yednak lost that match to Kang Lee. Kang won pretty decidedly, I think 4-0, 4-1. Michael really struggled again today.
Nice shot by Jeremy.
Much better execution on that safety than the last one. Really, really got it to the spot. Victor does have a 1-railer here. And able to reverse here. Jeremy may have the rail first going between the 9 and the 10. That's what he's taking a look at here. And the cue ball should naturally come around 2 rails for position on the 2 in the same pocket on a make. You just got to make sure there's a big difference between a couple of the angles where you can make this 1 ball. You can make it with a little bit of a fuller hit on the 1 and get stuck down towards the 3 and knock it up for the 2. I think I would err on the side of an overcut here because you're definitely going to get up above the 2. And if you miss the 1, it'll find its way over somewhere on the short rail, and the cue ball will have cover from the 10-6-2.
Well, let's take a look. He measured it. He hit it good.
This is perfect.
He hit it good. Jeremy's got a smooth approach.
Delivery, just really. He's accelerating, but there's no like kind of jerkiness to it. It's just an even acceleration through the cue ball. Love it.
Yeah, that's the right word. Delivery.
I love how he gives the attention to these weird layouts. You know, these are not wide open tables. He's giving uh, ample attention to the tricky position plays, the key transitions in the runouts. Um, and this 3 to the 4 is the shot of the rack here.
Well, it's not just that, but you got to make sure you get good on that 4 ball to hold for the 5. I think that's one of the biggest things to make sure that you're going to get out this rack. I mean, you're still not going to be out of the woods because you got to make sure and get great on the 6 ball as well. But where that 4 and the 5 lay, you know.
Do you think he comes up 2 rails at the 5 now, like to the right side of the 8? No, he's looking at a gap. But see, this is tough to me because, like you said, you have to get from the 4 to the 5.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we're going to find out how well his execution is here in just a minute.
And Mike, you see, for the mid-level players out there, if you guys notice, he spun that cue ball over to the long rail. The reason for that is because the gap between the 7-8 to get to the 4 is a conic shape that gets bigger the farther away from the 4 ball that you go. And so if you draw the position play for that shot, the biggest area to get in is as close to that left rail as you can be.
Well, now we're going to find out because now you basically got to go and just roll the ball, right? I mean, you're barely going to hit it with inside to go and kill it.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option would be pinching back into it, but that's what he's doing. Good shot. He hit it perfect. Kind of made it look easy, Mike. I wonder if he was a little bit flatter there. The 4 was a little bit more off the rail than we thought.
Yeah, not just that, but maybe that ball was more off the rail, right? Like you said.
Yeah, off the rail more because then he's not as steep. I mean, the cue ball was all the way down near the side pocket. So, but if that 4 is more like 5 or 6 inches off the rail as opposed to the 1 or 2 that it looked like.
Yeah, because it looked like it was right there. So, which would have really just sped up that cue ball after making contact.
And now you mentioned getting good on the 6, but this is pretty natural. He's going to come backwards 2 rails, and the whole left side's good here on the 6. But you do got to get from the 6 to the 7 as well. And he's long here. Oh, he's playing safe here.
Did he give the fist bump? Is that what he did?
Somebody in the comments was asking who's on the mics right now. You're listening to Melina Mike of the Booth Brothers, and I am Jeremy Mason of the Sweat Podcast. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage here from Michigan at the CSI Predator Pro Series. This is the 3rd stop on the tour of the year. The previous 2 events out in Tucson, Feder Gorst, your champion, and then I believe Woo Kun Lin won the event out in Las Vegas.
That's old Blake. Blake plays pretty sporty. He should be out there. And I think he was in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm just trying to stick him on the 10 here. All cue ball. Really, that 6 goes wherever it wants. You just want to. I'm a little surprised he played it like that. I thought he could kind of stick right on the 10. I think he's a little fortunate here, to be honest, Mike. If that 6 doesn't hit the 9 the way it does, it's kind of over towards the pocket more. But even so, Victor can see this whole ball.
Well, I mean, we've seen him go and lay down some pretty good safes, so maybe it was just the best that he can go and come away with it. Because I know, to me, it looked like he was playing to get out, and then the rails kind of got the better of him, where he ended up so low, and then where the cue ball was at off the rail, that might have limited Jeremy's options. Nice return.
Yeah, not going to be perfect once again, but a containing shot. You're going to see another safety from Jeremy. Nice. He's going to play it in the corner. Cue ball around a couple rails, probably around the 10 for the 7. but missed it well short. I don't like that shot, Mike. I mean, maybe there wasn't a better safety option that he could find, but there's no way to get safe there, in my opinion. The 6 is in space the entire line of that shot. You're basically playing all out on the bank.
Well, yeah, I mean, he definitely went all out. Look where that cue ball's at. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he played to go and make it.
And we've seen it a couple times now when you have to, like, he had to play that with some pace to get the cue ball around a couple rails for the 7. It's really unpredictable with these rails. They're banking short already. And if you add a little bit of pace to that, the springiness of the rail just really makes the bank tough to pocket.
Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Man. I tell you, he wasn't trying to get there.
Yeah, that was a little bit goofy, and you could see it as soon as the cue ball hit the 6. I think he just really missed his spot on the 6 there. Hit the 6 to the wrong part of that pocket, and he's got a look here. But like you said, this is not what he wanted by any means. Actually, probably a little bit fortunate that didn't hit the back of the 10 and get stuck.
Nice recovery shot by the kid. Nice shot, Victor. Yeah. Oh, man, slow down, ball. Where you going? Yeah, he's all right, though.
Yeah, and I think the next step really for Mike, like we see, there's so much talent with this young man. He has no problem pocketing the ball from almost anywhere. But I think at times he trusts his talent too much. And if he could just tighten up on that cue ball a little bit, he wouldn't have to work so hard all the time. But of course, we're nitpicking, Mike. This is a 799 Fargo player, right? Like already elite world-class talent and on the upswing still. Already a Euro Tour winner, only 20 years of age.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And not just that, but I mean, you know how it is whenever you're young, right? You start to mature. Look at the way Jason's games has gotten involved over the years, you know. So the kid's got a bright future, and not just that, but like we've mentioned a few times, the rails and the tables playing a little off. So
for sure. And then a great point in the comments there, just a little bit of a match reset here. Jeremy Seaman made a really nice, difficult run out, got straight in on the 8 ball, had the 8 and the 10 to go up 3-0. Missed the ball. I just lost focus momentarily. And here we are, Victor Zielinski on the hill, breaking up 3-2. And this is going to be the best break that we've seen in this set. Not an easy shot on the 1, but it certainly cuts. The problem here is going to be all the traffic you have to avoid to find a gap to shoot the 2 ball. And I don't really think he's going to want to spin this down with some inside, just because it's hard to hit it softly enough. Going like below the 6 ball with the cue. And so I think you'll see him play this come up table still and try to get that gap between the 5-6, I guess. And that's if he wants to be aggressive. Nothing says you can't play safety here. He actually just looked to see if he can go into the 5, use it as a rail stopper, but it's risky. I mean, you got to be very, very accurate with your cue ball there. And, if it goes wrong, you can get behind the 3, you can get behind the 10, you can miss the 1. I think the more experienced players play safety on this one, Mike.
yeah, I agree with you. And I think it's the right shot. You're up 3-2. Like you mentioned, you should have been down 3-0. So you don't want to. And it's not a shot where I think gives you a lot back, even if you do go and make it, as far as trying to go for the pocket. Wow, for as funky as the table has been playing, he sure did lay down that one. That was a fantastic shot by Victor. Boy.
Yeah, and that was probably what he was looking at with that 5. Probably never really considered using that 5 as a stopper. Like I mentioned, it was risky. So just taking a look, to see what he needed to do to get behind that. Very effective shot. And you're going to see a 2-rail kick here probably from Jeremy. But this is not, it's easy to make a hit here, but you don't have to get safe. The 10 ball is in a little bit of a funky spot here to get the cue ball out of the way. Yeah, he tried to play something very specific there for the pace that he played it at and didn't get it.
Yeah, but I mean that kid just put him in a brutal spot. I mean, golly, that was a fantastic safety. And he's gonna get rewarded with it. Hold on, ball.
Yeah, Corby, I don't believe there's a 2-3 on the corners rule here. I haven't really been paying attention to it, but I don't think so. I think it's just random.
Yeah, Corby, I think it's the same like it was in Vegas. No pattern wrecking.
You know, missed his point on that 2 ball by just a hair once again. It kind of bobbled its way in. And I don't know, I'd like to see Victor change his pre-shot routine just a little bit, Mike. He kind of takes his time in the pre-shot, but then his actual process, he just one-strokes everything.
Yeah, this is about as much thinking as you're gonna go and get out of the kid right here, because he doesn't take long to go and commit. Ooh,
took a little bit more time with that one, but to me, Mike,
good though.
If he would take that much time with every shot, his Fargo would immediately jump like 15 points. Yeah, I think that's the only problem.
I would want to watch him are going to drop by about 45.
That's funny. But yeah, I just think some of the simple mistakes that he makes on the easy shots are really the only chink in his armor from what I'm seeing. Like, he's got all the talent in the world.
Yeah, no, that's fair to say, especially when you start getting deeper and deeper and moments get bigger, right? Deeper in tournaments you go and get to, because, I mean, if you follow the kid at any, and I had a piece of him in the World 10 ball, yeah, the cream tends to rise to the top, right? So you really, and the moments get huge and players get a lot better. So I think mix that in with maybe getting a little funky at times. It just puts yourself in positions that you don't have to be in. If you were just to go and take a little bit more time, make sure and check your angles, like you said, and get on the spot you want to get to.
I think that's a great point. And so, yeah, takes the first set here 4-2, but great point, Mike. Those shots that you're giving yourself all the time that you don't mind, the testers, they get a little tougher when the moment gets bigger, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, Jeremy should have had that set. He was in really good position there. I mean, it just shows how this format can go, and even if you think someone's doing real well, and I mean he is, I'm not saying he isn't, but it can just, the momentum can go and swing so drastically because it is such a short race, you know.
These guys are jumping right back in with the second set, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned to you guys that we do have a giveaway going on. Damien from Jam Up Apparel was nice enough to donate one customized shirt, competition polo of whoever wins. It will be their choice what shirt they want, and you know, the name on the back and everything. And we're going to give that away with a little bit of a drawing here. There's information on the bottom of your screen, and I believe pinned in the comments as well, for how you can donate to the stream if you would like to. A $5 donation gets you one entry into the raffle, and a $20 donation gets you 5 entries into the raffle. And we appreciate any and all donations. This is a free stream. Um, you know, we love what we do.
Oh,
We don't want to charge anybody for it, but you know, if you guys are enjoying it and you would like to give a little something, that would be very much appreciated.
yeah, Damien's donating one of those competition jerseys, and then I told Joey we're gonna go and match it. So 1 for 1. Um, Damien and Jam Up were great with us when we were out in Vegas. We were able to go and give away a SVB jersey, not Shane's personal jersey, but the jersey they made for him. Uh, and I think that one will be shipping in the next couple of weeks. Uh, I forgot who it was. Joey sent me the information, but we got it over to Damien already. Oh, spun it too much and just got lazy, man. Just took it for granted. Similar to that 8 ball that Jeremy just had, man. You can't. I mean, it's fine when if you're gonna play someone who's not gonna go and hit you with 4, but you go play someone who's better, that's gonna cost you racks, and as well it should. You can't be making mistakes like that. But anyway, yeah, Joey posted the payment information there in the comments, and it's also at the bottom. I was getting on Joey a little earlier just about how hard it is to go and read the payment info at the bottom of the screen there, but it's there. So we'll actually be giving away 2 of those jerseys, one from Damien and one from us. So we appreciate any love and support, and it goes a long way to help us out. But like Jeremy said, we are doing this for free. So don't forget to go and check out the Billiards TV page on YouTube. We'll try to let you guys know what match they got coming up. I know Martin had said that the brackets weren't necessarily up to date as far as like the tables being right on there, because they do have tables listed on there, but so far they've been pretty good. So I'm just gonna try to take a look here. I think Tyler and Mario He are playing later on at 5, and I'm not sure if they got. Oh, I think Tony Robles and Edgy should be playing right now. Let me see if I can bring up my YouTube and confirm it. And yeah, that is right. Tony and Edgy are playing from the one loss side over on Worlds. What is it? Worlds Billiard TV or Billiards TV?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
know
World.
if you can just go to Q Sports International's webpage. There's a link to the live stream right there. You can also check out Billiard TV on the Distro TV app or distrotv.com. As Jeremy takes a 1-0 lead here in the second set off that mistake from Victor.
Yeah, just to kind of update guys a little bit. So Kachi did beat Fedor in a shootout earlier on the winner's side. Oliver beat John Mora also on the winner's side. Of course, we're watching the Jeremy Seaman and Victor match. Thorsten Holman's playing Conrad. Roland Garcia and Kazakis are playing later on today. Tyler Steyer and Mario He, like we touched upon, that'll be on the TV table. Roberto Gomez and Yap are going to be playing at 6:30 Eastern. And Mika and Francisco Sanchez Ruiz are going to be playing as well. And these are all winner side matches. But there's plenty of one loss side matches that are also going to be going on today. So it's really the quality of the matches. I mean, it's been great throughout, but it'll just continue to go and get better. Meanwhile, look at that mess over here.
And another crazy layout, right? We got 6 balls within about 12 inches of the right side long rail. The one over there on an island. But maybe it's not as bad as it looks, Mike. The 2 and the 3 go to the side pocket. But he had a hard time trying to hold that one. He hit it a little bit fat because of that. But the 4-5 sitting pretty good. This is kind of a race to the 2 here. I mean, it's a pretty wide open layout after that.
Well, okay. Well, see, that just shows To me, it looks like he can make it, but I guess he can't even see the ball, which is why Jeremy apologized. So he's going to go with the kick, and he's going to sell out. It looks like. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, he's got the top side of the ball here, but and maybe he can cross it enough to get the cue ball to go back down towards like the area of the between the 9-4. But I don't know. I think this is sitting kind of funny. Tough to tell from our vantage point on this one, but I don't really see anything too natural here for a safety. They called the bank, so maybe you could see more of that one than I thought. My only thing is that 5's got to be kind of in the way almost, right? As short as this table's playing, I have to think. He missed a short. So let's see if Victor can get this ball down and come up with a look at the 2. Yeah, that'll work. He's in good shape here. Like I mentioned earlier, the 4-5 sitting good. The 8 does pass the 9. So this rack's going to be all about controlling that 4 ball, but it's so straight. The balls are positioned about the same distance off the rail, so I don't think it'll be too difficult. Although maybe this is a little awkward already. I guess he's playing this ball in the corner now, but the cue ball is going to come up. Nah, maybe he's straight enough. Yeah, see, he doesn't like it. He's cutting this ball a little bit to his left. The cue ball is traveling like towards the 8, just a little bit, and which means that he's going to have to play a cut on that 4-5, and it's tough to get that 4 to move after it pockets the 5. So everything just got a little bit harder.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ugly.
I don't know, Mike. There was so many ways that he could have got from the 2 to the 3. It was weird to me how he played it. I mean, I don't know. But I think it's something we've talked about how talented he is and how young he is. Something you'll see from really young, really talented players is that they don't ever really understand that the shot can go wrong until it's gone wrong. And there's some of that risk management isn't there. So he thinks he can play that 2 to the 3 and have that cue ball perfect to have that stop shot on the 3. And sometimes you're a quarter inch off, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's going to have to figure out something. And for someone who does not take a lot of time on shots, just shows you how much he's having trouble with this one, because he's taking his time. He's really thinking it through.
Yeah, from what he's looking at, he needs the 4 to cut the 5 some, and it's really tough to get it to do that.
Oh, I don't think he can make that ball. It looks like that 5's too far over to the left.
Yeah, he was trying to see if he could kind of pinch the cue ball to the rail and get the 4 to squirt out to the left and cut the 5. Jeremy's checking to see if the 4 is frozen. I think he said that it is. And Victor doesn't like it, but he's going to have to come up with a safety here. I think as long as he knows that 5's not going to go, well, he really, really played a simple safety play there. I thought maybe he would try to get the cue ball behind the 9. And really tough to tell what Jeremy has here. If that cue ball was a little higher, you'd think he'd be able to thin this and go down table with the cue ball. Might still have that. I just can't quite tell from how we're looking at it.
Yeah. Victor's going in here, repaying the favor here. Yeah, well, we knew this was going to be an ugly table from the beginning, but if he would have just kept it a little simpler, Victor, that is, maybe it wouldn't have gotten so messy.
All right, here we go. Yeah, it looks like he's sitting a little funny here. He's got to hit it a little bit more full and drag the cue ball down with some spin. And he's not going to get a hook.
Is he going to be on the 5?
I think so. The only problem here is the 5 is not a huge ball to get behind. You got to hit this one good. But the 8 helps here. You see what I mean? It was tough to really, really pinch that cue ball to the rail on the 5, but the other traffic made it an easier shot, the 8 and the 9 for the 4 ball. And this is pretty effective. I guess he does have a 1 railer. Measuring out that mirror system kick, the way that Shane plays those rail first shots. And he's going to try to kick this 4 ball into the corner pocket.
He's got the eye of the tiger. Let's see how his execution is. How did he hit it? How did he hit it? Nice shot, Jeremy. Tell you, he had that look in his eye. Maybe he woke up late, but he looked like that ball was going to go.
You know, a lot of time has elapsed, but we are still sitting here 1-0. Jeremy leads in the second set. Chance to get back in control here and be one step closer to forcing a shootout, but still no bargain here, Mike. You can play the bank on the 5, but I guess you got to drag the cue ball down and try to use the 8 as a stopper.
I don't know, man. You're down. You know, should have had the first set. You're stuck.
He just took a look at the 2 rail safety, I think.
Yeah. I just like, I like firing it, but well, I think that'll work. So risky little shot there, but effective.
Is Victor a lefty?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. He's not wearing a glove. It's not helping me out. Tough jump shot to reach here unless you're left-handed. But he might have a rail first. I think there's room to go between that 8 and the rail. He is right-handed. But why do you play it like that?
He could out of that one. I think
why do you play it like that?
I don't think you have very many options.
Yeah, but if that's the case, if that's the case, you can't play that shot, Mike. I mean, you got to try to play like a kick and stick or something.
Yeah, but what are we going to do? Go 2 rails?
No, I'm saying if he had room to go between the 8 and the rail and pocket the ball, then he had room to go in between the 8 and the rail with right-hand English and kick and stick the cue ball, get the 5 down table. If you know that's what the way he hit it, he has to know the cue ball is doing exactly what it did, and now you're back to a roll of the dice kick shot on the 7. I don't like that. I don't know. I
Well,
mean, maybe he thought he was going to hit it a little bit thinner and get the cue ball to go out a little bit.
yeah, I think that's the first thing that came to my mind. You know, I'm gonna say, he did as well as he could, all things considered. But Jeremy's in a good spot here to take another 2-0 lead because he had a 2-0 lead in the last set. Oh, and he's in the drink. He's in the drink.
Wow.
Brutal. Jesus. Well, I don't know if I'm recovering from that one.
Yeah, he needed to get that ball down, but it kind of played it a funky way. A lot of players play that with the cue ball more flat, straight up and down the table. Yeah, somebody in the comments saying that Victor kind of pointed at the table like he expected that cue ball to come out more on that real first shot. So maybe just a little bit of a fat hit.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. That was pretty cold.
All right, so Victor able to draw level at a game apiece, also won the first set here. So Jeremy in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's got to make sure his mental game is right because that's pretty tough to go and bounce back from. Should have been up 2-0. Now it's 1-1. Victor's gonna be breaking. Mm-mm.
You can't let good players get away with not playing good, Mike. That's the point here. Jeremy's had a chance to control both of these sets and let a couple really, really key racks slip through his fingers and kind of letting Victor off the hook a little bit for some sloppy play.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to get punished, right? 10 ball. Oh, when it rains, it pours. Oh, shit. Whoa.
Insult to injury right there.
Oh, man. Someone dial 9 and 1 right now. Get the other one ready. That's brutal. Jeez.
You got that the main live stream up on your phone right now, Mike?
No, I'm about to pull it up right now. Let me see. I should have it up though. Let's see. I think it was, what did I say, Edgy and Tony Robles were playing. Yeah. Well, let's see. They're on commercial.
Look at that 10 ball again, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? It's the rules, you know? And it's the same pocket.
Does the one pass the 6 here?
If it does, I know what I'm going for. I'm twisting that ball, man. You know, that pocket, that 10 ball is huge. If he can go, but not just that, but you got to be able to reach the cue over the 6 too.
I think he's got it. You rub this one off the rail a little bit if you have to get around the 6. He's got it. That's good.
He went for it.
That's money.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get oh.
He hit it and it didn't go.
Of course, right? That's the way Jeremy's been rolling. Golly, that's so gross. Oh man. God. I don't know how you hit that and the 10 ball doesn't go.
Yeah, must have just caught that rail right before it got to the 10 and hit all the way on the right side of the 10 to cut it straight to the left. Wild. Well, you could tell from his body language. I wasn't exactly sure what had happened, but it certainly didn't look like a make just watching Jeremy standing there. Another great opportunity here for Victor. The 3 to the 4 here will be the key transition, but the 8 goes in the side pocket below the 9. The 7's right there. This is pretty elementary if you get on the 4. He's just going to play a simple stop shot, take his medicine. The 4 does obviously pass the 10 to the lower right and hook him 2 rails straight into the line for the 5. Missed that by a little bit, though. Didn't quite get into that 4 ball like he needed to be coming straight up at the 5. So it's a little bit tougher than it should have been.
Well,
I think
that seems to be the story of the match.
Absolutely. You know? Now he's got to go between the 7-6 and come out 3 rails. But he hit it good. Right back in line here. Nothing in this. Side pocket for the next 3 shots. Maybe the next 4 shots. Probably not. Then again.
You got there.
And here, once again, Victor just does not pay attention on these easy ones. You have got to get above the line there. And listen, there's a really good chance he'll still win this rack, but like you're supposed to be rolling this one in and have a stuff like that, man, will lose Victor racks over the course of a tournament. And we've seen it. We've seen a couple of them in this set, or in these 2 sets here. But he is able to get it done, takes a 3-1 lead on the hill and breaking.
Meanwhile, over on the TV table, Tony Robles lost the first set 4-2. He's at the table right now with 3 balls left, and he currently leads 2-0. So we may be heading into a shootout. And I don't know. Are you able to hear my daughter in the background acting up?
She's I hear her. Away. I hear her a little bit. Not quite sure what we have next for you guys. I was trying to take a look at the bracket and see what's coming up. I know on here it says that table 3 at 6:30 should be what was it? Aloysius Yap versus Roberto Gomez. That would be an awesome match for us to show you guys. That's not till 6:30. But I have to assume there's another B-side match coming up before we get to that. Unless there's is there a big break here for lunch or something?
Yeah, there should be. That's how it was yesterday. So this might be the last one of this first session.
Look at this. What a break. What a break for Victor. Key shot going to be the 4 to the 6.
Well, we're about to find out what the kid's made of, because you got to go and have a killer instinct. You got to go and do your job. So
just going to use the 8 for a stopper here, but I think that might get him a little bit flat on this 4. But he might be able to draw straight. all the way down, like inside the 7, maybe. But he might, or he could take a longer, thinner cut on the 6 to the corner. But he's looking at that first call right now. I think it lays pretty good to go that way.
Oh, I don't know. Either
This
way.
is a little tough here.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way. I don't know if I like it because you really have to just play it to hold it. It looks like. Yeah, because that ball's gonna come out to the right, like he's looking at.
I think he might have just looked at playing it, rolling it in the corner. Unless he can dig, I guess he can dig down a little bit here. Yeah, maybe. Or bump the 9. Yeah, bump the 9. Yeah, he just decided to take his medicine going the other way.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
I like that better than what we talked about.
Just try to keep it simple.
Yeah.
2 rails. Make the ball.
Missed it.
Oh.
And
wow. Oh, of course it's gonna happen. Golly, Jeremy just can't get a roll, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
He didn't even. I mean, he like 2-stroked that 7.
Yeah, look at his body language here. He can't believe that.
I mean, what are you gonna do, right? All you can do is shake your head and just. I can hear him now. Unbelievable. I mean, oh man.
Well, because he misses that shot a couple racks ago, and the cue ball just splits the wickets going into the corner pocket, and then Victor plays a real bad shot there. Looks like it's tracking right for the corner, and it jaws out and hooks him. That's tough.
Yeah, for sure. And he's been in it like it's a lot closer than what the scores indicate. Sells out.
Yeah, it's gonna roll perfect for Victor here. It's pretty tough. This should be it for this match.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to run to the post office here after this. So after we come, we spoke too soon. Of course,
you ain't going to the post office yet.
Oh man, Siemens got 9 lives over here. Come on, Jerry, make the best of it.
Going behind the 8 with the cue ball here. Yeah, could go the other way. Cue ball 2 rails down below the 9-10. Yeah, that's
be fine either way. Ooh, he's all right.
This is a tough one here for Victor.
Yeah.
Nobody likes this shot.
Boy, they're playing like Shane and Chang were about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's saying that they wish they would have played in this tournament.
Yeah. We were talking to Damien yesterday. He said, man, I might have a shot here. That's the beauty of the race to 4. All right, let's see what he wants to do.
Wow.
Now it's his turn to sell out. We got action. Remember yesterday when it was Kang Lee and who was he playing? Oliver, right? Where it seemed like he was dead. It was over. And then one little mistake and all of a sudden he forces the shootout. So I know we're a long ways to go here, but Jeremy's in a good spot to at least make it 3-2 and be breaking. Light the fire. Hit that with authority. You don't want to get flat though.
Get on the rail too,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll be all right though. I think.
Yeah, you would have to think he should be able to get this done. But then
I feel like he's
again,
jacking up just a little bit.
nice stroke on that
Mm,
one.
yeah, he's good. We got action.
You know, Mike, we're starting to get into the time slot that for me as a player is one of the toughest. Um, Nobody likes playing first thing in the morning, but a lot of times the excitement of a tournament, the adrenaline can kind of carry you through a match or two. But this time slot for me, 2 o'clock to about 4:30, like that after lunch, I don't know, lull. I just don't really have a lot of energy, kind of easy to lose focus. For me, anyways, I think you tend to see some pretty goofy things watching pool this time of day.
Well, Jeremy made the best of it, which is what Victor should have done. Handled his business. And maybe this will go and give him some momentum, right, to go and make it 3-3. And he's very capable because I mean there was a few times in this match where he looked like the better player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, over on the TV table, looks like Edgy and Robles are about to go to another. They got action over there too. All right, here we go. Hit it flat again. I don't think he's got a window.
You know, come to think of it, Mike, this might be a tough time slot as a commentator too. I'm getting real quiet, real fast here.
Well, this isn't the standard of this match. Hasn't necessarily been the best, but it's not lacked excitement because what you think is routine isn't very routine at all. Uh, can't tell if he's calling the camera or what the hell he decided to do. I think he wanted to. Oh, he played that real well though. But it looks like he left the one rail. He's calling it, but much like all the rest of the racks, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a stretch on here as well because there's a lot of problems. Yeah, he did what he's supposed to do. He's good shot. And wow, is that the two ball right there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think it goes, but this three is a problem.
Ugly. Ugly. There's no way to put it. It's ugly.
And that three, he's really thin to make this two as well, I think. It
It
goes.
looked like he was shaking his head though.
Rich, Rich in the comments said, "Don't forget to smash the like button." And then I said what I said about tough time slot as a commentator, and he says, "No, I take it back."
We're reaching. We're trying our best.
I'm gonna go find myself a Red Bull after this match, and we'll be back stronger than ever.
Well, that's not what he wanted to do, but he'll live to fight another day because Victor ain't getting out from here.
Do you think Victor goes below it to try to get the safety on the three? The 8-ball's a big ball here if that's how you're playing it. Maybe you stay closer to the center of the table on the spot. Yeah, he goes able to go right in between them, and this is going to be really, really jail.
How did he hit that ball?
Got it good too. I think all the rails might be gone here. The 9-ball has him for the 2-railer. The 8-ball has him trying to go around the 9 for the 2-railer. And the 10-ball has him going to either of the long rails. This is not good. He may have only a 1-rail kick off the foot rail back between the 8-10. And that is no bargain jacked up over the 10, reaching out. What a great execution from Victor to get from the 2 to a great spot to play this very effective safety shot on the 3-ball.
Yeah. Long story short, he's in a bad game here. He's in trouble.
I'd say he's probably like 10% to get a hit on the 3 with this 1-railer between the 10 and the 8. But even if he hits it, I mean, what good is going to come out of it? You're not going to get a ton of pace on it because you're elevated over the 10. This is a spot, Mike, where I honestly start to think about just trying to tie a ball up. I might think about trying to bump the 8 up onto the 9 or onto the back of the 6 maybe. Yeah, I think a couple people in the comments actually beat me to that. Tie the 6 and the 8 up, tie up the 8, 9.
Yeah.
Because what good? What's going to good happen here? If you make a hit here, what good is going to happen?
Wow. Hit a rail.
Not going to get a rail. Yeah, not going to get a rail.
Rail ball. God, of course he's not going to hit a rail the way he's been rolling. Jesus.
That was a really creative.
Good, though, man.
That was creative. I did not see that path, by the way.
Jesus.
Geronimo must have missed because Robles is up 2-0 in that shootout right now.
God, that's cold.
And Robles coming in with the momentum there. Won the second set 4-0. And leads 2-0 in the going into the bottom of the second, it looks like, in the shootout.
No. They've already missed. I think it's at least a third.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Yep.
Shout out to Rhonda Reyes for the donation. We appreciate it. As we mentioned before, we're going to be giving up 2 customizable Jam Up jerseys from Jam Up Apparel. The payment information is down below at the bottom of the screen. I'm not sure if it's pinned in the comments or not, but these are free streams. Any help is appreciated, though. Good shot there by Victor. And that's it on the TV table. So here we go. 5 balls away. Kid's got to go and put this ball in the hole. And he did. Let's see how the bounce. How's the bounce? Is looking good. Now just don't get lazy. Don't get in a funky little spot like he had before. It looks like he's perfect.
Yeah, stop shot here will be the correct angle to go easily from the 9 to the 10. This is, you have to thank all she wrote here for this match.
Well,
tough one for Jeremy.
You can only fade. Yeah, you can only fade but so much. I mean, he got a lot of brutal rolls there. I mean, he gave some, he left a lot on the table too, but
yeah, to be fair, he left a lot on the table first, Mike, and I think that's the point. Yeah. You see that a lot of time where a guy doesn't handle his business the way that he should, and then things start to roll the other way after the fact. So, but Victor survives into, I think, the final 8 on the winner's side.
Yeah, let me take a look. So Victor is going to be playing the winner of Thorsten and Conrad, which actually they should be on right now. So they're on one of the other tables somewhere around there. So good job to Victor. He moves on. He may have to face his fellow countrymen if he can go and survive Toasty, but look at that. See, they're not happy with the way the table's playing. That's what he was just checking right there.
Yeah.
But
well, you have to think Victor's going to have to elevate his game a little bit in the next match if he's going to stay on this winner's side. Actually, you know what? They might not be playing, Mike. I'm sorry. There's this final 16 redraw here, right?
Oh, yeah. I think you're right, actually.
So
Yeah.
Victor actually just locked up his spot in the final 16, being one of the final 8 on the winner's side.
Well, that's pretty strong for the kid. And Jeremy, he had flashes of looking really fantastic in this match. So hopefully he can just go and just take the positive out and move on. But anyhow, listen, I got to go and ship some stuff out today at the post office, so I'm going to have to run. We will try to be back on as soon as we get an idea of what match we're going to be doing. We'll make sure and post it. We appreciate all the support to everyone. Thanks to Jeremy. Thanks to Joey and Mark and CSI, Predator. Everyone has been a part of helping us be on right now. We appreciate it, and we'll see everybody soon.
Yep. All right. I'll see you later, Mike.
Buddy.
All right, guys, and I'm just going to wrap things up here. Looking at the bracket, it looks like we will probably be back on at 5 o'clock for a match, maybe live just before that to try to give you guys a view of the players warming up for the match. Not quite sure what match it will be just yet off the top of my head, but the matches are going to be better and better as today goes on. And, of course, tomorrow, the final 16 will be back for the conclusion of the tournament on Saturday. So you guys are going to want to make sure you're following the Booth Brothers on Facebook, follow Pool Player Podcast on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, follow Windows Open on Facebook. That is Melina Mike's page. Guys, anybody that's still with us listening right now, want to show you this. We talked about it earlier. Damien from Jam Up Apparel has generously donated one customizable competition polo from Jam Up. It does not have to be the shirt that you're looking at. That's just an example. It can be any of the customizable competition polos that you find if you go and look at the Jam Up Apparel website. We'll be giving 2 of those away. One was donated by Jam Up and Damien, so thank you to him. And then, of course, the other one here, matched by Melina Mike and the Booth Brothers. So, and the way we're going to do that, guys, it will be a raffle. So, I'm going to throw this graphic back up on the screen for you guys right now. If you give me one moment. There you go. There's information at the bottom of the screen for how you can make a donation if you would like to. Obviously, this is a free stream. You're not obligated to make any donation. But of course, the Booth Brothers appreciate any donation that you could make. And any $5 donation will get you 1 entry into the raffle for those shirts. And any $20 donation will get you 5 entries into the raffle for one of those shirts. And we'll be giving 2 of them away. I have to imagine the giveaway will be sometime on Saturday, I think. Actually, no, probably tomorrow evening, because by Saturday they'll be down to just the mainstream table with the final 4 players coming back. So end of the day tomorrow, we'll be doing that giveaway, and every donation of $5 gets an entry into that raffle. We appreciate those that have donated already. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, but once again, look for us to be back live sometime around 4:45, I'd say, unless something pops up before that. But make sure you guys follow those necessary pages so that you're notified when we go live. Hope you guys have enjoyed this bonus coverage from the CSI Predator Pro Series event here in Michigan. And we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.